Hello everybody, this is Patrick again, and tonight I'm going to continue my series on slimline pens with step 6, which to me is pen design. I've taken you through the first 5 steps so far, which the first steps were to take your pen blank, mark it to where you want for the type of pen that you're going to make. Step 2 was cutting it up into your pen pieces that you need, your pen parts. In step 3, we went through on drilling the blanks for the size of pen tubes that you needed to insert. Step 4, we went through and glued the tubes into the blanks. And then step 5, the last series I did, or last video I did, it was taking the barrel trimmer and reamer and reaming out the pen blanks down to where the tubes are. At this point, it would seem that you would just throw the blanks on the lathe and start trimming away, but there's a step before that, and that's basically designing your pens and what you want to design. There's a lot of things to consider in designing your pens. Based on the style of pen you choose, there's the profile of pen that you want to create. Now I'm doing this series on slimline pens, but what does that really mean? To me, that means I'm using a slimline kit, and that's all it means to me. As far as I know, there's no pen turning god that's going to crucify me if I make my slimline pens thicker than other people or thinner than other people, or use the wrong type of hardware with it. This is really up to you, your personality, what you like. If you're in this for a business to sell, what your customers like. So some things to consider when you're doing your pens are the profile of the pens, which I'll show a few examples here in a minute, and then the hardware of the pen, whether that be chrome. I'll use an example here. This is a slimline pen. Whether the hardware is chrome, gold, antique brass, satin, whatever finish that you like. There's some kits out there with fancy center bands, fancy clips, fancy nibs, and then the pen caps or stylus if you want a stylus on there. By profile, I mean just how thick and the curves and kind of the aesthetics to whether you put lines on your pen or not lines on your pen, how you do that. Other considerations are whether you're using wood or maybe you want to turn an acrylic pen. I've never worked with acrylic yet. I have a bunch of these acrylic blanks that I'm going to try, but right now I'm going through my wood that I have. I prefer wood versus the acrylics, just my personal preference. Other things to consider of whether you do a stylus or no stylus. I like having a stylus since I've been using them. I'm finding my fingers don't work on the tablets and phones like I would like, and the stylus works all the time. Other things to consider are, there's different styles of clips. You can see some that are for the bolt action or like a rifle, or maybe it's a pharmacy symbol or a religious symbol or whatever you'd like to put on your pens. There's also the consideration for the color of ink that you put in the pen. Now all the kits I have are the cross type style pen ink that you can buy in different colors. And once you decide on the profile and you decide on the wood versus acrylic and all the hardware, there's finishing the pen. Now some pens, again, personal style and preference. I've done just some BLO, boiled linseed oil, some with CA, just coat it with CA and finish the pen that way. Lately I've been using this Doctor's Woodshop walnut finishing oil to kind of finish the pen, and I use this for wet sanding my pens. And then I'll use the Doctor's Woodshop Pens Plus Friction polish, which I'll show when we get to that step. But these are the two things that I've been experimenting with lately. I didn't like doing the CA, it just didn't work for me. You can use polyurethane. You can pretty much use whatever you'd like to. Again, it's personal preference, or if you have customers, what your customers want to order from you. How do you know what to do? I mean, I've got several designs here which I'll show, but it's you need to find the sources to which you draw your creativity on, and that could be perusing the internet and printing off maybe a pen design like this, and you like the curves and the style, and you want to try that. There's wherever you draw your inspiration from, right? For different designs, be bold, try different things. I've tried some things in my pens that look really nice, but made the pen not as functional as a writing instrument. Again, use your imagination. People that want to do this as a hobby and just want a different style of pen, that's it. People that sell them have a different goal in mind, and it's going to change what you do in your pens so that you can actually sell them. So here's a couple designs. Now this is the traditional slimline design, right? It's just a perfectly straight pen, no real designs, curves to it. It's equal to the bushing and the hardware that you put on it. This one I went a little bit with a tapered look, so it tapers up and then curves into the center band, and I tapered the top as well. I tried some curly maple that I've had for years and didn't even think about using it for pens, and did a pen with this. And again, I just with the grain, it makes it this rippled effect. Now I did put some tapered curves in here, and then the grain on the pens highlights that even further, so it looks like there's even more style there. And then the other two I showed you, which were, here's another slim line. Now here's the difference in just a slim line, regular slim line, and one I did a little bit thicker just to give it more weight. I have friends that wanted some of these, and they wanted them thicker, and I wanted to try it. Turned out okay. And then here's just a really fat slimline pen I did for a friend, put a stylus tip on it for her, and she wanted a thicker weighted pen. This adds some bulk. Some people can write with this, some people can't. So that's about all I wanted to do in this segment, was just kind of go over pen design. Use your creativity, come up with different things. To me, there's no wrong or right answer for what you do, whether you throw curves at the top, at the bottom, whether you put lines in. I'm getting used to the pen turning tools, so I tried some different things in making the lines and visually trying to keep them spaced out, so that it looks pleasing, and then tried different sanding techniques and different finishes to get a final result. As long as you're happy with it and you're doing this, that's fine. If you're in this for a business instead of a hobby and are trying to make money, you may have different pressures on your design that you want to provide your clients. I'm doing this for fun, so it's a little bit different. But that's all I have. The next segment that I'll do for step 7 will be actually turning some pens. I don't think I'll do that tonight. I'm a little tired, but I'll do that in the next few days, probably tomorrow. Get some of these turned down, crank out, and show how to use the pen mandrel and go through those steps. So this is me signing off. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.